Hi everyone and welcome back to this PPC talk with ddzim. We're very happy to have him back with us today as we are going to find out how you can drastically increase your share of traffic for your products in a very affordable way. Today we are also accompanied by our new assistant Nick, who will be giving this video some overlays of where exactly to find these options in your campaign manager. Alright then, but before we begin, let me just thank all of those who have viewed, liked or even commented our first ever YouTube video or who are going to do it for this one. So thank you guys a lot. I do believe the video was quite okay-ish and warrants perhaps a little bit of a celebration. So let's just give each other a little high five for that. Dude, Corona? Yeah, fair enough. It is Corona season. We probably shouldn't be doing it. But let's just get back to the topic now, which is Amazon product targeting, and ddzim here is going to tell us all about it. So please, the stage is yours. How can people make the most out of that targeting option? Right, thanks David. So let's get right into it. Now, most of you have probably already heard of product targeting. It is available since about the start of 2019. So it is there and a lot of sellers have, slowly started to use it, but I have seen so many sellers that really have left so much traffic out there by not using it and by only, testing it a little bit. But there's so much to get there, and we're going to talk about the two main methods that can help you get traffic, and one of them is especially useful for everyone who is more on the low budget side of things. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that one. But for now, let's start with the first option that product targeting offers, which is category targeting. So if you go into your campaign manager, and I believe our assistant here is now going to go in there right now, then you're going to see the option, keyword targeting, product targeting. You're going to click on product targeting for that campaign, and there you have the option to go for category targeting. Okay, now this is an excellent way to put your sponsored product on the listing pages of products that are not as attractive as yours, okay? And you don't even need to know those products. And similarly to, automatic campaigns, you're just gonna have Amazon do its thing, and you're gonna find out all of these product ASINs, and you can use them later on in your other product targeting campaign to really get the most out of those ASINs. And what you can do with category targeting, just to show it to you quickly, you're gonna set some parameters, and typically you are going to set them to, products that are not using Prime, products that have a rating lower than 4, or products that do not have a certain brand. So that way you can avoid various, top performing products, and you're only going to have your ad appear below the listing pages of less attractive products where you will be able to steal a lot of traffic for yourself from those competitor products. Okay, now that is, I think, the more obvious part of product targeting. That is the one that a lot of blogs will tell you about. But now, as a second option, I'm going to talk to you about why product targeting is so valuable, especially for low budget sellers. Now, most sellers have about 3 to 5 very high volume search terms for which they are never quite sure if they want to bid enough on them to get their ads shown and to get into that traffic of those very high volume search terms. Because obviously the dilemma is just there, do I want to make losses on those keywords where they're never going to be profitable by themselves, and you're never going to know if it's even worth it because you don't have that kind of sales data for your organic traffic, so you won't be able to find out how many sales you're getting for that specific keyword organically, and so if it's actually worth it to have a higher bid and try to rank organically for that keyword. You just don't know, and the dilemma will always exist. But this is where product targeting comes in, because you do not need to go crazy with your keyword bids on those very attractive high volume keywords, because you can just target the products that have already made it organically in the search results of those high organic search terms, okay? So just go to your niche. Let's say it's a very specific wooden doghouse with an inner watering inside somehow. Then your top keyword will still be just dog house, right? 2 words, and that's where most of the traffic will be, even though it might not be as relevant as some of the long tail keywords, but that is where the most traffic is. Actually, you know what, Nick? Let's instead go to the phone cases niche, because this is actually not just relevant for low budget sellers, but instead this is relevant pretty much for anybody that has high competition, that needs to deal with a high level of bids in their niche. And there's pretty much no niche out there that has a higher competition than phone cases. So this is actually a perfect example of where you will generally want to avoid competing for those keyword targets, or at least where you want to avoid seriously competing in the bid auction for those high volume keywords, because you're just going to make losses, and that's not what you want. But instead, you want to go to the detailed pages of products that are already ranking for these kind of high volume keywords, and then you're just going to take the ASIN out of the URL, put it into your product targeting campaigns, and there you have it. Then you're going to be part of that huge traffic that goes through the product listing pages. I believe Amazon published some stats around that some time ago. It's about 50% of all the Amazon traffic that comes from these listing pages, right? So it's people that, they might enter a keyword at first, but after that, they're just going to stick within the listing pages and click through from product to product, and you want to be part of that traffic, okay? So there you have it. That is pretty much the best way to get your share of that huge traffic for those top search volume keywords, and you do not want to miss out on them. And yep, that is it from me for this one. I hope there was some value in it for you guys, and yep, I can only recommend it. Get your products some well-deserved traffic. Definitely, ddzim, thank you so much as ever. That was a ton of help, I believe, and a ton of value. I hope for you guys as well. I certainly learned something. And if you want to learn more about PPC, or simply if you enjoy our company, then feel free to subscribe somewhere around here, and we'll be back with more tips and know-how. So see you soon. Hi guys, I just wanted to give you a little disclaimer. First of all, of course, I cannot guarantee that the bid and CPC levels of your product targeting will actually be a lot lower than for those top keywords. But in my experience, this has really been pretty much 100% the case in all seller accounts I've worked for. So, just try it for yourself and probably you will see the same. Okay, and second of all, you of course also have to consider your product's conversion rate in that listing page placement, right? So if the conversion rates of your products happen to be a lot lower in the listing page placement compared to top of search and rest of search, then of course you have to adapt your bids accordingly to get to your target margin / ACOS. Okay, that's all I wanted to say real quickly. So thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you in the next one.